Skull and Bones player count is low. No kidding. All you had to do is make Black Flag / Sea of Thieves. That's fucking perfect that you typed that in the chat. You know why? Because the first article I got for you, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, you can't make this up, bro. Thank you for typing that in the chat. The first article I got for you, ladies and gentlemen, IGN posted yesterday evening, like right after I got done streaming, that the number of people playing Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag has risen a whopping 200% on Steam after the release of Ubisoft's Skull and Bones. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, somebody clip it. Ladies and gentlemen, freaking people, gamers are so fucking funny to me. They're so fucking petty. Gamers hate Skull and Bones so much. They're like, yo, we're finna stick it to Ubisoft. The only thing I'll take away from the story I will say is, I hope y'all are not going out there and buying Black Flag in spite of Skull and Bones. I hope you're just booting the game up, because we don't need to give Ubisoft any more money after Skull and Bones. You see what I'm saying? But like, I hope people are just booting up the game that they already had. I just started streaming. Don't start this shit. Get a life. Get a life. We just came from outside. Oh my God. Still gave more money to, yeah, like, I hope it's not them giving. So I thought that was fucking a funny little tidbit. I don't have no crazy like super commentary on this shit, but I thought that was fucking funny. People are, man, I fucking hate this game so much. I'm gonna boot this fucking 10-year-old game up and really stick it to them. What's good, TBH? I saw your short on becoming a hero streamer. What is it? Basically, I'm trying to become a YouTube. You actually one of the inspirations. Appreciate it. Not a hero streamer. I was just talking about hero content. It's just like a term, which, you know, reading the comments, this beats, I feel like a little too loud. Reading the comments, I read them on Instagram and YouTube, and there were like several people literally in the video. I explained, if you were in the stream, I talked about it, but I literally explained what is hero content. I've seen several content. What is hero content? I'm like, yo, society is fucked, bro. It was a TikTok, a YouTube short that was like 30 seconds long. There was literally an animated diaphragm, and I broke down what is hero content. I saw at least 4 comments. What is hero content? And I'm like looking at that, I'm like, yo, are y'all trolling? I legit try not to get mad about that shit. I seen it. Yeah, I'm like, yo, are y'all trolling or like, are you? But no, I don't think them niggas is trolling. Like, they just don't get it. And I'm like, to me, I just don't say anything, because like, I don't know what else to tell you. And then you see people like, well, what kind of content am I supposed to make? Part of being a creator I feel like that's a part of the process that a lot of people miss. A big part of being a creator, you see, I have a big ass whiteboard behind me. It's coming up with ideas. If you're not creative and you can't come up with ideas, I'm not trying to be mean. It's not for you. This is low key why a lot of niggas are reactors. This is why I be like, you know, there's a ceiling for that shit. That should be secondary content, in my opinion. If you want to be that, go for it. But like, there's very rarely anybody blows up off of just being a reactor. They definitely did not get it. I was like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to explain to this shit. But I'm like, yeah, that's part of the process. Like, being a creative, the thing about being creative is it's like there's no book that you can read about it. You have to think, sit down. And then the worst part is that a lot of it is guessing. That's one of the things. That's why I admire comedians so much. It's a creative job. Shit, film creators, television, all that shit. You don't know that shit is good until you fucking put it out. Like, that's like, imagine sitting down and writing an hour's worth of jokes and then standing on stage. You don't know that shit is funny. I mean, you can, I would imagine they practice in front of friends and family before they take it on stage, but that's your friends and family. You don't really know if they're being honest with the content that you're producing and shit. They took critical thinking out of school, but I'm just like, yo, like, I don't know what else to tell you. I'm like, that's a 30-second video that I explained it pretty well. I'm like, ugh. And one of the comments on Instagram is like, once again, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just bringing up the comment. The dude said, he was like, so do I need to like make a character is what you're saying? I'm like, what? Like, what do you make a character? What did you get at? My fault. No. I'm not talking about you, Johnny. I'm just talking in general. I'm like, that's what you got out of this? Like, become a character? No, that's not what I said. Like, be yourself. Find a way to express yourself. Find a way to show off you the best way you can, because there's only one of you in the world. Don't become a character. That's the shit that's going to deteriorate your mental health, because when you get tired of playing that character, you can't stop. He said I need to be a superhero. Anyways, that was my little rant. It's like they can't process the new. Yeah, if you having kids, man, sit down, read to them, talk to them, because niggas cannot think, bro. A couple weeks ago, some Sony ponies, not all, because the good ones, I know they're gonna get mad, but some Sony ponies were celebrating because they thought those Xbox rumors were true. Turns out, majority of them were not. Only a few games are coming to PlayStation, and most of them suck. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to play Grounded. And now it's Sony's turn. The tables have turned. This is bad news. 900 people have been laid off. This, you know, it's funny. Gene said this on the podcast. He said in the next 3 months, there's going to be a lot more layoffs. All the Sony ponies that was kicking the Xbox crowd while they were down, it looks like Sony ain't doing too well themselves. And it makes sense because there were some articles that came out a couple weeks ago. Grounded slander. Yeah, I'm gonna slander that game. I don't want to play as a big ass grasshopper. Ants the movie, the video game. I'm good off that. There was some articles that came out a couple weeks ago about how the PlayStation sales aren't as good as what Sony wanted, like the PS5 sales. Like I think I said like a week ago on stream, like this generation, the PS5, the Xbox Series X, I don't know why you niggas is warring with each other. This is like one of the worst generations, period, in terms of like upgrade and specs. It doesn't feel like it was that big of a jump in terms of visuals, in terms of business practices, in terms of innovation. Like there's no new IPs. One of the best parts about the new console generation is you just knew, you didn't know what it was, but you knew that these companies were going to make new experiences. No. We go from PS4 to fucking PS5, and what do we get? Fucking more Last of Us. Jesus fucking Christ, man. By the way, I mentioned you on Twitter if you want to check in when you get a chance. That being said, how you living? What up? What's this joint right here? So, you know, I hope the people that got laid off, you know, they land on their feet. This sucks because like there's been so many companies that have laid off people. There's so many unemployed people in the gaming space. Now that you have like thousands of people constantly competing for a small number of jobs, this shit is fucking crazy. Let's see. What is this that you linked? Sony's PlayStation is laying off 900 people and cites changes to the way the games are made, developed, and distributed. But the other major takeaway is how affected employees are treated in various countries, no doubt due to regulations. In the US, they said, nigga, get out. In the UK, we're proposing to regulators the cuts and we'll let you know. So eventually, nigga, you're going to get out. In Japan, you'll get a career support program to help you find a new gig. I mean, this is more like a cultural thing. This is very American. This is very Japanese. They said, we're going to let you go, but, you know, you're going to get a nice little severance package and, you know, we're going to help you get back on your feet. You know, they'll give you a little something while you figure things out. In America, they said, fuck you. It's the same thing that happened to the IT workers in the 90s. It's real out here, man. I hope people, I don't joke about shit like this. You know, I hope people get back on their feet, man. This shit is ass. America's ass, man. This shit is fucking crazy. This shit is fucking crazy. In more lighthearted news, because I don't want shit to get too heavy. GameSynth AI has been revealed today. According to Jeff Keighley, which for those of you unaware, he's the one that runs the Game Awards. A sophisticated AI will release synths alongside your gameplay, including smells of gunfire, explosions, racing, storms, and the Force, with upgraded DLC synths included. So they're going to eventually add napalm, the smell of napalm. So if you really want to smell what the bugs and what Helldivers 2 smells like, it's going to be in the game. Human exertion, so you can smell sweat, the ocean, and golf course. That's a really random golf course. This is what the device looks like. It's AI driven. So like basically the AI is going to be able to detect what's going on in the game. And based off of what's going on in the game, you're going to be able to get a stench. This kind of reminds me of something they used to do in the 90s. I'm about to show my age right here. When I was a kid, I think it was around the Rugrats movie. There was like a limited edition Lunchables that they released where it came with scents inside of the box. And then you would take it to the movie theater and you would watch like the Nickelodeon movie with it. And then at certain points of the scene, you're supposed to smell the box. I never did it. I was like, that shit is stupid, even as a kid. The scratch it. Y'all remember it? The scratch and sniff shit. You remember it. You remember it. During the movie, SpongeBob did it. You were supposed to smell the box while the movie, so be like, wow, this is what the movie smells like. I never personally did that. I thought that shit was stupid, even as a kid. But I feel like this is like the natural evolution of it. It's like that, But instead of having to wait for that moment, now the AI will do it for you. A, how much is this going to cost? And B, who is this for? Who is this for? I feel like the only people who would buy something like this are like neckbeards who don't shower already. So imagine like going over your friend's house who smells like shit naturally, and then his room also smells like fucking napalm and racetrack tires and shit. Nah, bro. I don't. This is gonna be a flop of the century. I'm sure people will post videos about it, like content creators, like for shits and giggles, like jokes. But I don't see this selling well. Like I don't understand who this is for. I low key wouldn't mind smelling Ninja sweaty cheeks. Yeah, you're trying too hard, buddy. You're trying too hard to be funny. Yeah, I don't know about this one, man. It's one of those products. The key to a successful product is you have to solve a problem. This doesn't solve a problem, it creates one. This creates one. I don't know about that. Oh, going back to the Sony layoffs. This one was interesting. As part of today's massive layoff, Sony has canceled a Twisted Metal live service game that was in development at a UK-based studio, Firesprite. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, it's Bloomberg. They might try to make you pay for this shit. Hey, who got the you know what? I'll just Google it. Let's see. Canceled Twisted Metal live service. Honestly, fuck Bloomberg, bro. I'm not paying to read this fucking article. Haha, nigga. Yeah, the paywall to learn is insane, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Bloomberg reporter Jason, whatever, said the game was in development at the UK studio Firesprite, which Sony had earlier confirmed is affected by job cuts. The Twisted Metal game wasn't yet greenlit, so it was in early production. What is that? 12foot.io. What is this? Browse the web cleaner, remove pop-ups, banners, and ads from any website. Oh, this is how for like paid websites you can put it in here. Say less. I'm gonna put that under AI tools. Bitch ass niggas. Not paying for shit, bro. Niggas want us to pay for information. Get the fuck out of here. Did it Bing chat allegedly unlocking my articles? Okay. Twisted Metal, a vehicle combat videos franchise that began life on the PS1, hasn't been seen in a new entry since PS3. You know, I got a better question. Do the kids care about Twisted Metal? Do the kids care about Twisted Metal? Like, I didn't care about Twisted Metal when I was a kid. There wasn't one I particularly loved. I thought it was an okay series, but I always felt like it was kind of overrated. Didn't really blow me away. But like, I don't feel like, and there's no logic or education or stats behind this. Just a gut feeling. I don't feel like the younger kids care about it. And I don't even know if the older crowd cares about it. It's just kind of like a game that was like, you know, good for its time, but it doesn't really translate to today. The show for is pretty good, but it didn't get a lot of traction. Yeah, I just don't really want to watch a show like that. We looked at our studios and our portfolio, evaluating projects in various stages of development, and decided that some of these projects will not move forward. It would have flopped anyway because it was a live service game. That bitch would have launched with 4 cars. Everybody would have played the same one car. And then they would trickle out new cars every other month for fucking $10, bro. I'm good off the live service. They have a show. Yeah, what is it on? Peacock, I think? It's on one of them streaming apps that nobody has. I don't know. It's got the Black Captain America in that shit. They would put Sweet Tooth behind a paywall. Yeah, it's on Peacock. Yeah, it's on Peacock and alleged other sites too. Alleged other sites. Heard it's all right. I thought this was interesting. I thought about maybe making a video about this. The title of the video would be How to Play AAA Games for Free. NVIDIA's GeForce Now has a free tier that will show ads before you play. So for those of you unaware, NVIDIA, the company behind the graphics cards and a lot of AI tech these days, they have their own streaming service, something akin to PlayStation's Xbox Cloud service and all the other ones, where you can play games online using your internet. It's called NVIDIA GeForce Now. It actually predates both of those. It's been out, and from my understanding, it's actually really good. It just kind of had struggled to gain traction. Apparently, there's now a free tier. NVIDIA's cloud gaming service GeForce Now has a free membership that lets users play games on a basic rig for up to an hour at a time. It's a great deal for anyone without a gaming PC, but this week Nvidia sent emails to free users to let them know that they will see up to 2 minutes of ads while waiting in queue starting on Tuesday, March 5th. In the email, Nvidia explained that in addition to providing support for free service, video ads are also expected to reduce average wait times for free users. Ads have become an inevitability for streaming services, no matter how big or successful they are. Companies simply can't turn down the temptation of ad revenue, even if it upsets a portion of their user base. As for the GeForce Now ads, they don't sound especially egregious. As long as Nvidia continues to begin PlayStations for free users as soon as the service space is available, watching a few ads while waiting shouldn't be a significant source of frustration. You said watch Captain. Did I call him Captain Falcon again? I always get what's that nigga's name? Falcon of America, whatever the fuck that nigga's name is. You know what I'm talking about. Not Captain Malcolm from Bash Bros. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Shout out to Black Gaming Guru with the sub. Why are they making this a thing? I see a lot of y'all like are kind of upset by this shit. Falcon of America. Falco Punch. I see a lot of y'all are upset by this. I'm not mad by this. I'm not gonna lie. If you're a broke, let me give you a perspective, right? Let me tell you why this is not a bad thing. If you're a broke boy and there's a game you're interested in that costs $70 and you know it's a risk, you don't know if that game is good or not, you could just boot up NVIDIA's GeForce Now, play the game for an hour. If you like it, go buy it on whatever platform that you want it on. That's how I would see you could use this shit. Is it so bad that you got to watch a minute worth of ads if you can play it for free for an hour? It's like demos, basically. It's a free tier. Y'all don't listen. Bump being broke. If you're skeptical, we have demos again. That's what I'm saying. Like you can view it as a demo. But the games are free. Yes, they're free. You just have to watch ads. And I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if every streaming platform starts to adopt this business model. I'm surprised it hasn't happened sooner. Where like you can just put your game on the Xbox cloud and then, you know, once every hour you got to watch like a minute or two worth of ads. I'm not gonna lie, like if there's a game that I don't want to buy, I'd watch the ads. I don't give a fuck. You say, can you link the article? The developers would make money off the ads too. Depends. Microsoft putting this in the Game Pass next. As long as the ads remain for the free tier. Then I would have an issue with the ads being in the paid tier, like because you know Netflix is doing that shit now. Well, all the streaming services are now $10 a month, and you still got to watch ads at your TV and shit. That's the only thing that I would worry about. It would be like a slippery slope. But I think this is interesting. I think you got to change your perspective on it and how you could utilize it. Demo CDs are back, but digital. That's what I'm saying. Like. You can play whatever the fuck you want. I'm gonna put that. Let's see. Show. Podcast. Yeah, free stream. Ads are here to stay. Ads make the world go round. It's a necessary evil. If ads aren't a thing, a lot of your favorite content won't exist anymore. That's just the truth. Apple's electric car project is dead. After a decade of work, the company is reportedly giving up on its ambitious effort to create an autonomous electric car. Apple has halted its long-rumored Project Titan work on developing an electric car, according to Bloomberg. The company reportedly announced the news internally on Tuesday and said many people in the 2,000-person team behind the car will shift to generative AI efforts instead. Apple's chief operating officer, Jeff Williams, and Kevin informed employees of the project's discontinuation. The outlet adds there will also be layoffs, but it's not clear how many workers will affect. That sucks. I was actually looking forward to seeing what they did. I feel like they could have disrupted the automobile industry, but they probably looked at it as like, because, you know, Apple's like $1 trillion company. They probably looked at it as like, we're losing way too much money trying to create a prototype. What does this look like when we scale to market? And then there's no guarantee that people are going to buy the car. Although personally, I think if Apple came out with a car, people would buy it simply because it's Apple. I mean, look at niggas is cap as fuck. Man, a $3,500 fucking VR headset. I'm not buying that shit. That shit came out. It was memes everywhere. I watched the launch video on YouTube, line out the door at the New York headquarters. I seen one dude bought 3. I do not underestimate. What do I talk about all the time on this stream? Do not underestimate the human element. Motherfuckers is drones. So if Apple came out with a car that cost $200,000 for the base package, $500 for the suited one, niggas is gonna buy that shit to flex. Soulja Boy gonna be the first. I'm the first one with the Apple Whip. They gonna what? But like, I wouldn't have liked the price tag, but I still would have liked them to produce it just to see them disrupt the market. Because whether you like Tesla or not, they did disrupt the market, and look how so many automobile companies are creating better products because of it. You need the competition. Just imagine how it would look. It'd be like it wouldn't even be an Apple. It'd be a pear. It'd be a pear on 2 wheels, one on each side, and a steering wheel in the middle, and a big ass square window right there. It'd be called the I prepare to drive. That's what it's gonna be called. Apple tax on a car would be insane. It would, but people gonna buy it. Trust me. People would buy it. Apple only got software engineers. Also, this is interesting too. They moved the 2,000 person team to talk about AI efforts instead. That says to me, because I know they just recently announced they're working on their own AI model that can generate images. It's in the very early stages. I watched a video about it. Right now, it can only like change things. So like right now, the AI that they have is super alpha. If you have like the demonstration I saw is like if you have a pizza and you don't want pepperonis to be on it, you could tell it to draw sausages and it'll change it. But it can't draw a whole sausage pizza, if that makes sense. As a member of the Black community, why do they got to give us the shortest month of the year? It's in celebration of Frederick Douglass' birthday. It's because his birthday is in February. If you niggas would read, you know that. Anyways, what am I about to say? Just totally lost my train of thought. AI efforts. Yeah, so like there, I think the point I'm trying to make is don't be surprised if in the next 5 years Apple's iPhone becomes very AI powered. I mean, you're seeing it with Samsung's phones, but don't be surprised if a lot of different AI features come built into the phone to enhance the experience. Like, don't be surprised if, like, I don't know, one of the iPhones launches with an AI GIF creator where, like, you could type a prompt into iMessage and it'll create the GIF that you want, basically, or some shit like that. Hopefully they create more useful things besides, like, silly stuff. Pixel 8 Pro basically has that already. Yeah, as I'm saying, like, don't be surprised if Apple does the same thing. That's what it sounds like they're moving more towards, which, I mean, it makes sense. Apple, the iPhone is what prints the money, so I would just hate for them to get lazy. I would hate for them to get lazy. Want to see them do new shit. But it's Apple. What can you expect? Vision Pro. It also means I think they're going to double down on that Vision Pro. They're supposedly going to use AI to send texts. What does that mean? Speaking of that, you want to see some weird shit that I saw? I found this in a YouTube video. I haven't like dove deep into this website. It was a video I was watching on YouTube, and he was talking about how like there are people out there that are trying to use AI to replace people on the internet. There's an AI version of Twitter called Chipper.ai. And basically you can follow people, you can follow different AI personalities that just tweet. Like this dude's name is Maverick. He's a quote unquote hacker. This is not a real person, by the way. And they tweet about different stuff and like likes and shit like that. I'm like, this shit is fucking weird, bro. Who is this for? I'm like, I just look at this shit, bro. Yeah, no, I love technology, but I'm like, I don't really see this one taking off. Like, why the fuck would I ever want to go to an AI Twitter and just look at shit? This fanfic. Got an AI Austin Powers just yapping. So if you want to see a group of robots just yapping on the internet, and you can explore, find different personalities and shit, like Glitch. Holy shit. Glitch, the hot AI chick. Holy shit, what does she talk about on her feed? Whoa. They're all just talking about the future. She's talking to Jimmy Briggs. Remember, Jimmy's not a real person. He likes weed and KFC, but he's not a real person. Taking a dating. This is some Sword Art Online shit. This shit is weird. I had saved this one because I wanted to deep dive into it and just kind of see what the fuck it was. Because I was like, bruh, shit is weird. Oh, last but not least, got some more Elden Ring news. Elden Ring's DLC adds Sekiro-like leveling system to stop players from rushing. I did not read this article. I saw the headline. I was like, oh, this is interesting. So let's see. Fighting creatures at maximum level won't be enough to cut it in Shadow of the Erdtree. The forthcoming DLC will feature a separate progression system that's set to change how players approach challenges and boss fights, with elements borrowed from Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Translation: all you niggas with them fucking magic builds, with them Kamehameha waves and them crack rocks, you're gonna have to change your strategies, it sounds like. Speaking to Famitsu, which is like the biggest gaming magazine for those of you unaware in Japan. That's like the one I do know. Game director Mizuyaki shared that it added a Sekiro-like attack power stat effect only within the expansive area, on top of the normal rune-based leveling system. In the 2019 action-adventure title, the power mechanic grants player bonuses to attack power, as well as health and posture after defeating bosses and mini-bosses, respectively. It also increases naturally as one progresses through the game, so any tarnish with a maxed-out character won't be able to decimate new DLC bosses easily. It kind of sounds like Destiny, like, you know how like when you get to the end game, there's like a whole new leveling system, basically? Like the character you bring in will be strong, but it won't be as strong as where we left off. I'm out of the loop. There's already they already announced a release date and price for this. Yeah, there's a trailer on YouTube. It's fire. Look it up. Shadow of the Erdtree. It'll be $40, 10 new boss fights, whole new brand new area that's really big, a whole bunch of dungeons and shit. It's not like a small piece of DLC. It's an expansion pretty much. A few of whom will be on par with Millennia in difficulty. According to Mizuzaki, this new system was designated to create the same degree of freedom in the base game, allowing players to explore and level up while tracking the more difficult battles. The added feature is a good workaround to curb the perks of over-leveling, since blasting through everything defeats the point of having new weapon types and enemies in the first place. I agree. Shadow of the Erdtree will come to, there you go, June 21st, with 8 new weapon categories, including throwing knives and a type representing large swords. Could have been a full price game and I would have paid for no problem. Yeah, but don't say that. I agree, but don't say that. I'm going to save that.